On August 31st, a troubling incident on a KTM train in Malaysia brought to light questions about respect, public behavior, and the treatment of women. The story, shared by former Malaysian TV presenter Sheahnee Iman Lee on her Instagram, involved her 72-year-old Australian mother, a retired schoolteacher who has lived in Malaysia for 50 years. While travelling from Klang to Kuala Lumpur, the elderly woman decided to move to a women-only coach, hoping for a peaceful ride. Unfortunately, what awaited her was far from that. Upon entering the coach, she noticed a group of boys dominating the women-only space. Concerned, and with 40 years of teaching experience behind her, she reminded the boys that the coach was specifically designated for women, pointing to the English and Bahasa Melayu signs that clearly indicated the rule. Instead of respecting the boundary, the boys chose to harass her verbally. Their response: "We are Malaysian, and this is my country." Statements that not only dismissed the rule but also questioned her right to speak up based on her nationality and race. What followed was a more distressing turn of events. The boys recorded her, taunted her, and invited more of their rowdy friends to join them in the women-only carriage. Their behavior alarmed her and the other female passengers, but they carried on, seemingly unbothered by the consequences of their actions. In her Instagram post, Ms. Sheahnee questioned whether her mother's Australian roots were the reason she was treated this way. After 50 years in Malaysia, her mother had made the country her home. She raised 2 Malaysians, Ms. Sheahnee and her brother, and had dedicated 40 years of her life as a teacher to shaping future generations. "Just because my mum's skin color doesn't meet your acceptable standards, she has no right to speak up," Ms. Sheahnee asked in her post. She also reflected on the bigger picture. Her mother had lived through Malaysia's evolution, its impressive skyline growth, but also its increasingly narrow mindsets. She didn't just watch the country change physically, but socially, witnessing a troubling decline in tolerance and respect over time. The timing of the incident was particularly poignant. It happened on Malaysia's Independence Day, a day when citizens normally feel proud and celebrate the nation's diversity. But for Ms. Sheahnee, this encounter did not evoke any sense of patriotism. Instead, it left her questioning where Malaysia is heading, especially with the next generation. Her message was clear: if we are raising children who show no respect for women, elders, or rules, what kind of future are we building? Ms. Sheahnee's frustration is shared by many Malaysians who have been disheartened by similar incidents, but her call to action was firm. Malaysians need to do better. The values of respect, empathy, and tolerance are essential to any functioning society, and they must be nurtured in the next generation. This incident, though small in some people's eyes, is a reflection of a larger issue that must be addressed. Ms. Sheahnee also shared a video and a picture of the boys filling the carriage, almost proudly posing as they broke the rules of the women-only coach. She debated blurring their faces, but ultimately chose not to, given their apparent arrogance. In response to the post, KTM, the railway operator, reached out to Ms. Sheahnee directly and expressed their concern. They informed her that each train is equipped with an intercom system and an emergency number for auxiliary police. While this is useful, Ms. Sheahnee pointed out that accessing an intercom during such a situation can be challenging. She suggested that KTM implement regular spot checks to ensure that the women-only carriages serve their intended purpose. While her mother may be hesitant to take the train again soon, Ms. Sheahnee remains hopeful that KTM will improve its safety measures, and she expressed her gratitude for their quick response. This incident is a reminder of the importance of mutual respect and understanding in public spaces. It raises a critical question for Malaysians and people everywhere. What kind of values are we passing on to the next generation? Are we fostering tolerance and respect, or are we allowing arrogance and entitlement to thrive? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. What actions can we take to create safer and more respectful public spaces? Do you think stricter enforcement is the answer, or is education about respect and values more important? Let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to 2230 for more in-depth news coverage and discussions on important issues.